Hey guys, Yishan here. Today I am going to show you my second place Remote Duel Invitational Qualifier Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade deck. And I'm also going to show you its combos as well. So if you want a cheap deck that can beat Drytron really consistently, then this is the deck for you. Stay around and check it out. Alright guys, so here we are with the deck profile. Now, I want to say one thing, this is not going to be an in-depth deck profile. If you want to get an in-depth one, check over my interview that I did with Tombox at msd.tv. Link will be in the description below. I'm just going to go through this deck and basically explain what every card does so that if you want to see, so hopefully that will help you understand the combos a little bit better and what I am doing. But let's get started. So let's start with the main deck then. We have triple Turquoise Warbler. If you control no monsters, you can special summon her and then special summon a Lyrilusc from hand or grave. Triple Cobalt Sparrow. If it's special summoned, you can search a level 1 winged beast to your hand. Triple Sapphire Swallow. If you control a winged beast, you can special summon her and another level 1 winged beast from your hand. Triple Tri-Brigade Fractal. Now, just going to talk about this card real quick. So all the Tri-Brigades have two effects. First effect they all have is you can banish 3 Tri-Beast type monsters, and by Tri-Beast type I mean Beast, Beast Warrior, and Winged Beast. And if you do, you can special summon a Link monster from your extra deck, a Tri-Beast Link monster from your extra deck equal to the number that you banished. And then Fractal's own effect, basically its unique effect, is that you can discard it or send it from field to grave to send a Tri-Brigade monster from your deck to your graveyard. So we've got triple Nerval, same of the effect as Fractal, but when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can search a Tri-Brigade monster. Super good. It also happens to be a level 1 winged beast, very important. Triple Karis, his effect is you can discard a Tri-Beast to special summon him out, so a great extender in some cases. We've got triple Kinkabayu. When it's normal, you can special a level 1 monster from your graveyard. 1 Barrier Statue and 1 Apex Avian. This one stops your opponent from special summoning except Wind. Well, it stops you as well, but that's not as big a deal. And then Apex Avian is a negate, basically for anything. We have, for our hand traps, triple Ash Blossom, triple DD Crow, triple Gamma, and then to go along with the Gamma, we have the Driver. Okay, so that is it for the monsters, for our spells in this deck. Triple Flower Formation Tanky, a 1-for-1, a Monster Reborn, a Call by the Grave, and a Harpy's Feather Dust. I do want to mention that Jack in the Hand was not legal for this Remote Duel Invitational that I played at. So this deck was changed a little bit because I wasn't allowed to use Jack in the Hand, but that's why Jack in the Hand is not in this deck. Okay, let's go on to the side deck real quick. Don't worry about Jack in the Hand for combos. It doesn't change any of your combos. We ran some hand traps. It was just a triple Droll, triple Lancia, and then we have Pankratops Dark Samorg. Samorg, you can decide it in against like back row decks. It has such a low opportunity cost since it only takes 1 spot in your side deck. And then I ran some back row removal, double Lightning Storm. If you're playing on a budget, every card in this deck has been pretty budget so far, except for this card. Just play like Twin or Cosmic. It's fine. You don't need to run Lightning Storm. There's nothing pressing about the matter. 1 red Reboot, and then triple Judgment and an Imperial Order to help yourself go first. Okay, let's go quickly into the extra deck, and then we will get into the combo. Let's start off with the most broken monster in the extra deck. That would be Samorg, Bird of Sovereignty. I mean, this card is just insane. It special summons every end phase a winged beast monster from your deck, so that's either the Barrier Statue or Apex Avian. The only restriction for summoning is that it cannot summon, it has to be a level less than the unused spell and trap cards on the field. Kind of weird, but that's what it does. It also can't be used as link material and has some targeting protection, which is super nice. So really good. We've got a Linkuriboh and Appaloosa. These sort of help protect your statue, protect your combo, so really great. We've got Harpy Conductor. Harpy Conductor, you just use it because it's a link to Winged Beast, which helps you make some more. And then you have double Dragon Lords. This is a great quick effect bounce. Basically, you can send a card from hand or field to the graveyard to bounce a face-up card your opponent controls. Quick effect, really great at protecting your statue. 1 Desperate Doom Eagle, link 3 Winged Beast if you control, or if your opponent has no monsters in their graveyard, it gains 2400 attack, and it also has a quick effect to shuffle a monster in your opponent's graveyard to the deck, so pretty awesome there. 1 Tri-Brigade, 2 Ferrojet. This card's pretty good, actually really good. It can special a Tri-Beast level 4 lower from your hand once per turn, and if it's sent to the graveyard, you can draw a card and put 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. Other really good Tri-Brigade link is Tri-Brigade Shurag, the Ominous Omen. Very nice. When it's summoned or another Tri-Beast monster summoned once per turn, you can do a non-targeting banish. If it is sent to the graveyard, you can search any Tri-Beast monster with a level less than the number of banished beast or Tri-Beasts in your banished. So actually this comes up in some of the non-mainline combos. Really good card. 1 Tri-Brigade Rugal, the link 3 Tri-Brigade doesn't come up very often, but it does come up every once in a while. And then of course we have the 1 Recital Starling to do some searching. Detach, search a level 1 Winged Beast. We have Assembled Nightingale to go into Zeus, and then we ran in Omega for the driver package. Okay, so that is it for the deck profiles. We're going to get into the combos now. I'm going to start off with the main line combo, and then we'll do a Nibiru tutorial, how to beat Nibiru in the mainline combo, and then I might do a test hand or 2 to show you guys what happens when you don't open, broken, basically. The only starters you're going to need for the mainline combo is Tri-Brigade Fractal, or any way to get to Fractal like Tenki, and a Lyrilusc Turquoise Warbler. This is what I call the mainline combo, and there are basically many variations, but you need basically a Turquoise Warbler and a way to get to the Cobalt Sparrow. So what you're going to start off with is, and I'm going to put my deck over here, and I'm going to do this from your guys' perspective here. First thing you want to do is you're going to want to discard Fractal to dump a Cobalt Sparrow to the graveyard. Now, since you control no monsters, you are able to special summon Turquoise Warbler. And Turquoise Warbler, the great thing about this is it actually special Lyriluscs from the graveyard. So Fractal being able to dump Cobalt is really nice here. And then Cobalt Sparrow will be special summoned by Turquoise Warbler. Cobalt Sparrow will activate its effect to search. You're eventually going to want to search 2 cards. I prefer to go for the Nerval first if you don't have it already. And then you're going to overlay these 2 for a Recital Starling. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to activate the effect of the Recital Starling. And if you want to get the other part of your combo, which is, and I'm going to put my action deck over here, which is the Sapphire Swallow. And now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to activate the Sapphire Swallow, which can special summon both itself out and Tri-Brigade Nerval out. So at this point, we are going to want to activate the Tri-Brigade Nerval banishing 2, and I apologize, my zone placement isn't the best because I'm doing this backwards from what I usually do, but you're going to want to activate Tri-Brigade Nerval banishing 2 for a Ferrojet. Now, once you get to Ferrojet, this is your opponent's last chance to Nibiru you. If they don't have a Nibiru here, you're going to make Appaloosa now, and I will show you how to play around Nibiru if your opponent Nibirus you here, but for now you're going to want to link everything off except for the Sapphire Swallow. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to summon that Appaloosa. And then when you summon Appaloosa, you get basically 2 chain links. So we're going to have a 3 material Appaloosa. Then we've got some chain links after we summon Appaloosa. I like to go for Nerval chain link 2, Ferrojet chain link 1, because I like to see what I search basically. And so that way I can decide when I draw my card which card I should keep. But what you're going to want to do with a Nerval here is you can search either Fractal or Karis. I prefer Fractal at this point in the combo, unless I think I might need the Karis, but I prefer Fractal because you haven't even used your normal summon yet. And then if you want to draw a card, you can go for it, but I'm going to skip that step at this point. So we've got our Appaloosa for 3 here. We're going to link this into a Link Karibo. And then we are going to normal summon the Fractal. It's good practice to put it in this zone. I won't go into too much detail why, but you want to activate the fractal now. It's also good practice to keep a Nerval in your graveyard. So you keep everything. You can banish this and the Farrajet. I like to keep Cobalt Sparrow and Nerval in my graveyard. And banish 3 with Fractal to summon the Wind Simorgh Link, which I think it's optimal to put under the Appaloosa because you're not really worried about Mech Knights, and you may have a Link monster that wants to go here that points this way. So I think that's the optimal zone placement. And then during the end phase, you're of course going to activate the Simorgh and special summon the Barrier Statue. So you've got 3 negates Appaloosa and basically a Barrier Statue that can't be attacked because it's protected by a Link Kuriboh. And this can all be done with just a Warbler and some way to get to Cobalt Sparrow. Now, if you don't open Warbler, but instead you open Kinkabayu, for example, in that case, then you would want, let me find a Kinkabayu here. In that case, this combo still works as long as you have any Tri-Beast type in your hand besides the Kinka, because Kinka will take up your normal summon. So instead of searching Fractal, here you would actually want to search the Karis, because the Karis can discard a Tri-Beast to special summon itself. So that's just the difference if you open Kinka instead of the Turquoise Warbler. So that is the mainline combo. I promised you guys I would show you guys how to do the anti-Nibiru play, and it's pretty interesting. So I will be right back with that combo. Okay, so let's do this combo again, but let's try to play around Nibiru this time. Again, let's just do the combo real quick to get to the point right before you can make Appaloosa. We'll activate Fractal, pitch a Cobalt Sparrow, special summon Warbler, special summon Sparrow, Sparrow effect, add a Nerval. Then we'll overlay these 2 into our Recital Starling. So let's grab that from our deck extra deck real quick. Boom, here's our Recital Starling. Recital Starling effect, detach this to grab a Sapphire Swallow. And then we can activate Sapphire Swallow, activate Nerval, bing, bang, boom, 1, 2, 3. And then we've got a nice setup here. So Nerval effect, banish 2 to grab our Farrajet. Now, this is their last chance in Nibiru before you make Appaloosa, so let's assume the worst case scenario, your opponent Nibiru's you here. So all of this is going to die. We do have some chain links, not to forget. Our opponent, gives us a Nibiru and a token. So let's activate Nerval and our Farrajet. I'm only going to do Nerval in this case because it's kind of pointless to do anything else. So we can grab a Karis. Now, what you're going to want to do is you haven't normal summoned yet. If you had to start with Kinkabayu, you could just have a Tri-Beast type and special summon the Karis and do something similar. So we're going to have to normal summon Karis. Karis is going to have to banish 4 cards, which is pretty hefty, but necessary. So we'll leave the Nerval in our graveyard as best practices go. And Karis is going to grab us a Shurag, the Ominous Omen, very scary looking card, but not to worry because Shurag is going to banish this Nibiru, and that will be that. Now what we can do is we can link these 2 off for another Farrajet, and remember that Shurag is going to search a card here. So we have our Farrajet here, and then Shurag is going to be able to search us a card. I prefer to get like a Fractal here because Farrajet can then summon the Fractal, and then you can activate Fractal's effect. You'll have 3 engrave, banish 3 for a Simorgh, the Bird of Sovereignty here. And we'll put this Simorgh right here. And then what you can also do is you can, if you would like to, link these 2 off for a Trugal to have some follow-up play for next turn. If they're not able to out your Simorgh because you're able to grab like an Apex Avian or the statue, depending on the matchup. For example, if you're against Drytron, I'd just still go for the statue and hope that they don't have a normal summon in their hand. Otherwise, Rugal, you can go Apex Avian, and then Rugal can special back Fractal for you to use and start your plays next turn. So that is the way to play around Nibiru, guys. And then I'm going to show you guys some test hands. So this should be fun. Let's take a look at some test hands then and see what happens. All right, so guys, you would not believe it. I just drew like 6 hands in a row where they all had the full standard combo. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to pick cards from the deck. So as you can see, like you didn't open any Lyriluscs in this hand. You're going to have 2 Fractals, some DD Crow, a DD Crow. This can be any Tri-Beast, but like just for example, if you have like 2 Tri-Brigades and one of them is Fractal, you could activate Fractal and send a Nerval from your deck to your graveyard. The Nerval will activate its effect to search Karis. Now, I like to, in this instance, try to keep the Nerval in my graveyard for future plays. So I'll pitch the DD Crow, special summon the Karis, and I'll be able to activate Karis to banish 2, to special summon, and now you'll see why this is important to have in your extra deck, a Harpy Conductor. Because Harpy Conductor is a winged beast, and you need a winged beast for some more. Now, if I could just find my Harpy Conductor, there it is. And after this, you are able to link these 2 off for a Simorgh link. So this is really great. So now that you have your Simorgh link, you can normal summon your Fractal, activate the Fractal effect, banishing 2, so you keep the Nerval in your graveyard for an Ancient Warriors link. So this one has a quick effect bounce. That way during the end phase, when you summon your statue or your Apex Avian, depending on what you want, you have a protection for your statue available. So this board is pretty good, and literally all you need is 2 Fractals and some random beast in your hand, or Fractal Karis, some random beast in your hand. So even if you don't open Tri-Brigades, you still have a potential to make a pretty solid board. Alright guys, that is going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this combo video. Hope you learned a little bit about the deck. And hopefully I will see you guys in the next video.